Shout out Near Falls with D Hall's podcast.
Welcome to Near Falls with D Hall. He's talking on bars and how they win it all. Yeah, it's just Near Falls with D Hall. The final takedown, the glory or the fall. So loosen up, step on in, wrestle with the need to win. We're talking Near Falls with D Hall. Ready or not, he's here to brawl.
All right, joining me now on the call, we have head coach of the Central Valley Warriors, Mr. Anthony Duffield. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on.
My man, so pumped up to have you on and talk some Central Valley wrestling. Of course, I love talking some Beaver County wrestling, of course. So I guess let's just get right into it, man. Break down last season, kind of recap that and bring me into the offseason program here.
Yeah, so last year, I mean, being a first-year head coach, I was in Ohio and then came here, and it was definitely a different experience, especially being at Southwest Regional with Bishop McCourt, and dealing with that, and yeah, it was definitely it was a lot to take in, and it's good to have kids like the Bonnies and Gary McDonald, and I mean I have some hammers. So Bonnie had a nice run last year, took second at states, which was everyone was like, oh, he's 10th, and I was like, I told him right before states, I said, hey, I don't go into those rankings, like I don't believe those stuff. Like most of the time, it's people that are sitting around, making these decisions. Just go out there and wrestle. And he did. He wrestled lights out, finished second. We still, I'm still holding him his standards, to be state champ. And I'm still holding him to that. So yeah, we had a great season. Off season, did a little bit of conditioning, some off season workouts. Actually did a camp this summer, which was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I had Brendan Morgan, from University of Virginia, state champ a couple years ago in heavyweight.
Yes,
He's actually, I think he's starting down at Virginia right now, heavy. So.
And I think that's a great way to bring into my next question. Obviously, you have Brendan Morgan, who is one of your all-time greats. Who else is doing things post high school for Central Valley?
We have Brendan, down in Virginia. I think he's starting, and then we have I probably shouldn't.
It's okay. Listen, I put you on the spot here. I know you have Bonai. Is the older Bonai still wrestling?
I think, yeah. You know what? He rolls in every once in a while and works out with Antonio, and he's I think he's still at Mount. He's doing really good things there. He's like a ambassador to Japan. So he's a great. Just that whole family is a good family.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't have anything. I know me and Ambrose, the dad, we talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We talk a lot. So, but they love wrestling, so that's cool. Don Lindsay, that's what came. Don Lindsay.
Sir. There you go.
Yeah, I think he was like freshman of the year last year for them. He's lights out. That kid's, man, he's a little tank. I didn't realize he's pretty put together. He came in, him and Brendan. Yeah, they did a camp this summer for the youth, and it was kind of cool. We didn't really charge a whole lot or anything, but it was just nice to have them in the room. And we actually had the late Gino Frank, who was Gettysburg. He just passed recently, so God bless him and everything and his family.
Yep.
But yeah, Gettysburg's coach, he was like Greco national team coach for PA. Man, he's like a wealth of knowledge. That dude I loved having him in. I was picking his brain constantly. So I think we had a successful summer. So
love that, coach. And I love talking about some of the guys that, kind of paved the way and are coming back, because obviously, you guys are a new program. You're a new coach, of course, but you guys I was in high school when it changed over it was Monacan Center and you guys went to Central Valley, I believe in like 2011, 2012, something right around there.
Yep.
So, to build a culture basically literally from the ground up is something to do, and to have those guys understand that, come back and give back to the youth. I know you guys are out there listening. I appreciate you guys, and both of you guys are two of my favorites. I love me some Don Lesney and Brendan Morgan. So good stuff there. Okay, let's move right into this team, man. Give me some leaders, some guys that you're going to be leaning on to help lead this pack.
Obviously, Antonio, he's a senior this year. It's his last run. Coming off a state runner up. Have him. I have, Jason McFadden. He's a senior for me. He's gonna be like 172. I got Carson Phillips. He's 250. He kind of came on the scene last year at 189, kind of snuck out sections, made it to WPIALs. I'm holding him to that standard again.
Mm.
He's gonna be kind of my heavier weight leader, him and Jason. Then I have, Basco's coming back. He's going to be a senior. He kind of worked out during the summer, kind of put himself together. He actually just joined the Air National Guard, so I'm kind of pumped for that because I was in the Army National Guard, so I was kind of harassing him a little bit about it. But he's a good kid. And then I got a little Bonnie at 107. Of course, Garen McDonald can't forget about him. He's a good asset to have. I mean, I have a good group of. I think I have like 5 seniors and
Mm.
like 4 or 5 juniors. So I'm hoping I get some numbers, to rebuild those, what I'm going to lose next year for sure. But, our youth is starting to get better. Junior high, I think we have like 16 to 20 kids. I think my brother's down there. He's doing a good job. So we're trying to get the junior high up and running. And next year, we're going to have a lot of freshmen into the lineup, which I'm not going to have a choice because we're going to have some holes I'm going to have to fill. But, it is what it is. So.
Okay, Coach. Let's go to the other side of this coin here. Everyone knows who Mr. Bonnie is in the WPIAL and in the state,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
He's not going to surprise anyone. Give me someone that maybe we don't know their name yet, but by the end of March, WPIAL fans is going to know this guy's name.
So I'll start with little Bonnie, Angelo. Everyone knows Antonio. Angelo, I mean, he's gonna be a junior at 107. That kid,
Ooh.
yeah, he only, but he started out
The
88 pounds.
107 was deep last year, double A
I
and
know.
triple A. 107 was like, I've been talking to coaches a bunch throughout this process. I think it was one of the deepest weight classes I've seen since I've been doing the
Yeah.
podcast and covering wrestling here and when the WPIAL. It was just loaded all the way down to like in the triple A side, at least 10, 12 deep. It was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing about him though is, as a freshman, he only weighed 88 pounds, made all the way to regionals. Last year weighed 101, 102, made to regionals. Still kind of small, but now he's up to like 107, 108. He's going to be a bigger junior. Uh, I mean, I would, I'm saying he's going to go to states. That's my
Love
prediction.
it.
Uh, I, I'm holding him to that standard. I know his dad is. He puts in the work. He's a good kid, good student. I think he's got over a 3.5 GPA, class president, and all that. So, really, really good kid. I got hopefully Frankie Zupich. He'll be a junior. He's gonna be he snuck out of sections last year at 114. He's probably gonna be at like 21, 27, somewhere around there. He's kind of a funky kid, but I see him probably going to WPIAL's at least. And then Garen McDonald at 27. He wrestled 33 last year. Uh he's probably gonna be 27, 33, but him and Bonnie are kind of gonna switch. I'm not someone to, say, hey, I don't play this like, I just they're gonna go those weights. We're not running it from anyone, we're not ducking anyone. That's how we always are. But he's gonna be tough, man. He is so brutal on top. He could tilt anyone and everyone. Working a lot on his feet, him and Bonnie, so he's still pretty strong. And then I got a kid, Ethan Bosco. Remember
Hmm.
that name?
What
He's gonna
weight
be
is
like
Ethan going to be?
5260.
Okay.
He's a multiple time state placer in junior high.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's. I mean,
Freshman then, huh? Coming up.
yeah, freshman.
Nice.
Yeah, I keep an eye on him.
I listen. I could see it. I could see the intensity and the excitement in your
Yeah,
eyes there, Coach.
he,
That's
I,
awesome, man. And for you guys to get these guys to keep circling through, it's huge for
yeah,
your
yeah,
program.
yeah. I mean, I'm holding him to standards. At least going to states. He's on the podium. Hey, if I get 4 kids to states and 3 or 4 of those kids are all on the podium, I have a great year, and that's
Mm.
my goal. So.
Okay, Coach. Talk to me about some of the coaches give me all the coaches that are helping you out this year, junior high, high school, youth. Just shed some light on those people.
Okay, so I have my brother, junior high. He's the head coach. He's been around forever. Ex-Marine, kind of. I like him because he's more a disciplinary. I think the kids need that. Real focused on basics. And then I got him and Joe Raperti. He's a teacher over at Blackhawk. Good guy. He's been in the youth program. His son's actually wrestles for middle school. he actually coached for Blackhawk years ago. And then I
Nice.
got Brody Majors. He's been in the youth program. His son's going to be a freshman. We'll keep him down. He'll be up to high school next year. Brody's a great guy. Then at high school, I have myself. I have Coach Joe Smith. Coach Smith, he's like an unknown, but he's like an old school. He wrestled back when it was unlimited for heavyweight. He was
Ooh,
a state runner up. I don't think people
that's
know about
different.
him. Yeah,
I
he
mean, I
wrestled
wrestled
that
heavyweight, so I know like I bumped up a couple times, went from 215 to heavyweight, and wrestling some of them dudes that are like tipping the scales at 285, that's like moving a
big.
truck. I couldn't even imagine wrestling a 350 guy.
Yeah. Well, he wrestled. Remember Carlton Hasselrank, who was
Yes,
like,
of course,
he
monster.
re- yeah, he wrestled him in the finals. That kid, what he
Dude.
won like 5 or 6 national titles.
Yes.
Played
Yeah,
played football for the Steelers.
not bad.
Yeah, he wrestled him in the state finals. And he's like, he's. I love Coach Smith because he's within the school. I'm not a teacher. I'm so that's kind of having him inside the school is great because the
Huge.
kids love him. And then of course I call him the mayor, Bruce Morgan. But he's down with Brennan down in Virginia, but he pops
Yep.
in every once in a while. I call him the mayor because he knows everybody and anyone. I remember last year at regionals, we're sitting there talking, and he's talking to this big tall guy from Tyrone, and I was like, "Who is that?" He was like, "Oh, that was I can't think of kid wrestled for Penn State. I can't think of Tyrone's.
Uh,
John.
it's okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, but yeah, it was
Tyrone. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Are
Well,
you're not
anyways,
thinking of AJ Shop, are you?
no,
That's
because he's at
Edinburgh.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
no,
right.
he right. Quentin Wright.
Okay.
That's it.
So that's
Quentin
not
Wright.
Edinburgh. That is well, he may
He,
coach for Edinburgh, but
no, he coaches at Tyrone, but he was at Penn
or yeah,
State.
Tyrone. But he
Yep.
went to I was thinking where'd he go to high school? He went to Bald Eagle High
Yes,
School.
he did. Bald Eagle. Bald Eagle is a great program.
See, coach,
Yeah.
it's just wrestling talk. I knew we'd figure it out. It
Uh,
only took us like 30 seconds. I love that. Okay,
yeah.
coach, talk to me about your schedule, man. Bring me into obviously you have some great individuals that are trying to do big things, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you're going to try to make a run here at the team thing. So how do you balance that? And what's your schedule look like?
Schedule looks pretty. Obviously we have Dole. We start with KO on the 3rd, and then we have I think it's Hopewell. Was it Hope? Yeah, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Sorry. And then we go to Moon Duels. Moon Duels is going to be brutal this year. I mean, you have Quaker Valley, freaking Derry. Nobody's talking about Derry. Derry, I
I'm
know.
talking about Derry, buddy. Oh, they're going
No,
to be good.
yeah, no, but I noticed it last year, especially with junior high. They had some studs. They're all going to move up. I mean, they got freaking. They're going to be stacked. And I'm not trying to be. I'm be honest. They're probably going to win Whitbeals. I hate
Early
to say
call
it.
from Mr. Duffield. I'm not going to
Yeah,
make that call yet, but listen,
yeah,
if I hate doing rankings because like what we talked about, like in
yeah.
the beginning, like because that shit don't matter, and you don't ever want to be that guy to
Right.
like. I
Yeah,
I don't find any value in it. I really don't.
I don't either.
So I get that side of things, and it's just like, dude, just rip it. So yeah, man, I'm in the same boat as you, my friend.
I just think they're a solid team top to bottom. They have
Right.
so many studs. But yeah, we're there, and then we go to a Hubbard on the 20th, which is an Ohio tournament. I'm from
Okay.
Ohio, so
Yes,
I love
sir.
that tournament. I take all my kids there. It's kind of like a team building. We do really well as a team there, so I
Yep.
kind of need that. And then we come back. We go to Mac the 3rd, I believe, and then we start our section play with Beaver, Ambridge, and Freedom. We were always chasing Freedom. I know Zeke's doing his thing over there. He always gets these kids that can wrestle, and somehow, it's funny
You
because
know
Zeke
me, I
does.
got to smile because that's like my second home, man. I got a lot of family from Freedom and friends in
Yeah,
Freedom. So, but yeah, man.
I,
I mean, they're a squad, and they got the right
it,
people around it. You know how it goes.
yeah, no, and that's and I always my daughter goes to Seneca and Zeke teaches there, and every time she sees him, she's always harassing him, but it's a good thing. But
Absolutely.
I tell her to just, hey, leave him alone, but she does it for fun. But
Yes.
yeah, freedom's tough, And then we go to the one tournament this year that I'm really looking forward to is Top Gun. I don't know if
Ooh,
people know much about it.
absolutely.
It's a legit tournament in Ohio.
Alliance.
Yep, Alliance Aviators, and that's I think last year they had 90, I'm sorry, 42, 52 state placers there. from Division One, Division Two, Division Three, multiple state champs there. So it's going to be rough. And I'm obviously going there to get some competition in Ohio. So that's my goal. So
What weekend is that?
I think that's the 16th, 17th of January.
Okay.
And then the 23rd and 24th,
Interesting.
we end up with Fred Bell. That's going to be brutal. Fred Bell's always brutal
I'll
too.
tell you
So
what, Fred Bell is another one that I talk to these coaches. It's really
it's growing.
leveling up, and
Yep.
it's becoming a high level tournament. And
Yep.
I've yet to go up there. I think this year I'm going to make a point to go up there.
Yeah, I would
It's
definitely
just
go.
like that. I hear it's ran like top tier tournament, like the whole nine. So
Yep.
that's an easy drive, really. It's straight up 79. So
Right. I mean, look at Bonnie. He took fifth there last year, state runner up.
that's right. That weight class was wild there last year. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. He
So
wrestled like
yeah, stuff
crap.
like that,
Yeah.
and but just and the biggest thing I'm sure you see there is all those with the new kind of regional format to see all those different schools that you
That's
don't
what we
see on the
need.
week out and week
Yep.
grind.
Yep. Grove City. I mean, they got a bunch of studs. You get all those different other schools from like District 5, District 6. I don't know if I'm really District 6, but like
9 and 10's up there, I believe,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So you
not
get some of
yeah.
them.
Yeah. So I mean, you see some other teams that we won't see till states, but it kind of gives us our like an eye opening. That's what we need. So
Coach, we've talked about a bunch of different names here. Give me some names like boosters, administrators, some people behind the scenes that you want to shed some light on.
yeah, I mean, obviously, I probably already mentioned him. Ambrose Bonnie. The Bonnie's dad. He's president of the boosters. He does a lot for the kids. He's a great person. And then I call her a little bulldog, Lena Phillips. The thing about Lena, we bumped heads a good bit, but she does so much for the kids. She's just a great person. Um, sometimes I have to tell her to just to back off, but it's
You
for a
need
good
that
thing.
sometimes, man. You
Yeah,
need
but
that in a program because
yeah,
wrestling, I've found that, it can get walked on at times. You
yeah,
don't see it's a very tight knit group community. So yeah, man, you got to have a person like that
yeah.
in a program.
And she'll argue with my AD Sam Sircone a lot, and I kind of need that sometimes because I get shot down, but she'll go right in his office, shut that door, and just go at it with him. But yeah, she's good. And then Brody, he's on board. Nicole Sutter, she does a lot of pictures for us. I have a great booster club. I don't have any issues. They deal with a lot of the fundraising, so I'm thankful for that. Administration wise, like Sam Sircone, he does. I think before, Kevin kind of didn't really mess with him much. I think he was kind of quiet, but I kind of give him pushback. I don't know if he likes that, but I don't mean to be, I fight for my kids. I'm here for the kids, man. I'm not
Yes,
here for
sir.
the money. I'm not here for glory. I'm here to help these kids get them to the next level if I can and just grow the sport of wrestling. That's what I love. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I think I've said it a few times in the course of this process. I don't know, not a single wrestling coach that gets involved for the money. It's just
Mm,
not part of the process at all
no,
when we talk business there.
yeah.
But okay, let's dive back into the squad, coach. Give me a glue guy, someone that you walk in the room, the kids kind of gravitate towards, the coaches seem to love to be around as well. Kind of holds the team together because we know this wrestling season, it's a grind, it's a mother effort throughout the season.
Yeah. The one person that really comes to mind is Garen McDonald. I know I mentioned his name about, I predict him to go to states this year. He's one of those kids, he's just got like a 4.3 GPA. He's taken all these college classes, super smart kid. First time I met Garen, I'm like, this kid's he's like a 30-year-old guy talking to him. Like he's an adult. The way he holds himself, he just a great person. The kids all flock to him. He's just a good kid to have in the room. Actually, to be honest, I'm kind of looking for him to be. I'm probably going to make that decision here soon about him being a captain. I think he's just one of those people that
Mm.
he's just a really good kid. So
Love that. No, I love I love whenever it's not easy to recognize one of the Bonnies and who
right,
been there, done that, and do everything. It's kind of an interesting question. Okay, coach, the big one I got for you, and we've talked a lot about it, and you've said
yeah.
it a few times already here in this interview. Give me your goals and expectations you have for the squad, not only as a team but individually.
I think as a team, we're obviously, like I said, we're chasing freedom for that section title. We want that section title. I don't think they've ever outright won it. They had like a tie with them and Hopewell before, so that's something we're chasing. Um, I think, we qualified 6 out of sections last year. I kind of want to do that or more this year. I want to get as many kids out of the WPIALs to regionals as I can because I know regionals is just a different beast with Bishop McCourt and Chestnut Ridge and all these other. I mean, these when you're chasing world champs, I mean, I know you got to be a dummy if you don't know some of these kids. I mean, it's hard, and that's our goal is to get as many kids to states as possible. I have 4 or 5s kind of on my radar, but again, I can't go out there and wrestle for the kids. They got to put in the work, and I know they are. They're really busting their butts right now. We've been kind of amping up the conditioning and doing a lot of live more than last year, so I feel good about it. I really do. And
Love that.
my personal goal, I think I told the kids the other day, my daughter, she'll be a freshman, so I don't plan on doing this. I say like 5 years. Once she graduates, I want to move down south, get into the warm weather.
Cause I was just talking to my boss about that. I like to golf, dude, and as much as I love me some wrestling, man, if if something crazy happens and I want some lottery money or something wild, I'd probably be out.
Yeah, Carolinas, Florida, somewhere like that.
Yes,
Yeah, we've talked about it, and I think that's kind of like where we're at. But I
love
want to
that.
feel we have a board, with our state qualifiers and placers. I want the board full
Mm,
before I leave, as
mm,
much as I possibly, and that's my goal. And
mm.
at the end of the day, I always tell the kids, I don't care. That is a great feeling as a coach, but if I can help them be better people in life. I think for me, that's the most important thing. Like seriously, that's number one in my eyes.
Love
So
that, coach. Yeah, great goal, great foundation to stand on, no doubt about it. Okay, give me social medias. How can we follow the squad this year?
actually, it's funny because I did start a Twitter. I think it's like CV Wrestling. It's on Twitter, I think. Followed some people on there. I don't honestly, I don't even check it that much. I think Central Valley, I'm pretty sure they have a Facebook. And I'm sure all the other kids probably have, Instagrams and everyone. Somehow everyone always has Instagram, but yeah, I don't usually dabble much in social media because, I like to kind of stay underneath the radar, but it's kind of hard being some of these kids. You know what I mean? Everyone knows who these kids are. So
Yeah, easier said than done, no doubt about that. Okay, coach. Last thing I have for you. Anything or anyone you want to shout out before I leave you go?
yeah, I just want to say, thank you to the parents and everyone, always, trusting me and believing in me. And, the kids for putting in the work. I have a good group of kids, junior high and high school. I know sometimes they think we're hard on them, but, I think we're starting to turn the corner and do great things. And obviously the administration, thank you for having me and, believing in me. And we're going to continue to do great things. That's my goal.
My man, thank you so much for taking out some time and hanging out with me, and I can't wait to see you out there.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Later, brother.
All right, take it easy.